Doesn't make sense now. Shit just got real, things are getting intense now. I hear you talking about we a lot, oh you speak French now.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive in today's video, I first want to say to turn on the camera and to speak to the camera is no joke. It's still nerve-wracking for me, so I just need a little few more time. So I'm just working on it just to talk to the camera. I want to feel like we are besties, but I'm still working on it. It's just going to take me a few tries to get it. So in today's video, we are going to talk about how I found out my ex was cheating on me. No. So this was a few years ago. So me and that particular ex, we grew up together. Let's give him a name. Mike. Whoa, that's the first thing that came to mind. Mike. So Mike and I grew up together. We went to school together. We started to date in high school, throughout high school. I grew up in a strict household. I was not supposed to date, but I still date, but I was not supposed to. Anyways, that was a whole drama in itself. So Mike and I, we grew up in the same community. We did went to the same high school though. So we started to date in high school. So before we go any further, now let me give you a back story about my community. So my community, everybody knows everybody. And in this community now, you know that when you have community, there is normally gossip amongst women and stuff. But in this particular community, and even still to this day, the guys, the men, the young boys, I don't know what it is, but they gossip. Even they gossip about females, each other, they gossip. Because when they know something, they might add on to it, but they gossip. I don't know what it is about it, but they do gossip. Anyways, let's get back. So throughout high school, when Mike and I dated, no, we were both going through things. He vented to me, I vented to him. We were really close. Close, close, close. No one could tell me anything that I already didn't know. Nobody could tell him nothing that he didn't already know. We were very close. No. So it went upon a time when this is when like we're moving up on to getting ready to graduate from school. So we graduate, we went to our respectively dances at the ending of the graduation and stuff. We had fun, we enjoyed ourselves. All right, reality starts to kick in. Hey, we need to get a job. Okay, fine. So he got a job quickly, and I was still sending out resume to find a work because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to a trade school or I wanted to get a job. But I decided to eventually go and see what I can get. So now his cousin, let's give him a name. Shane. So his cousin Shane invited me to his birthday party like months before his birthday party. I was like, oh sure, I'm not sure if I'm coming, but okay, fine. And everything was still good. Occasionally he went out with his friends. I get invitations. Sometimes I went and sometimes I didn't. Because it was a bunch of guys and I was the only girl that was there, and I was like, sometimes I was like, hey, you go ahead, and sometimes I would stay over there or we go back and forth. So no, at this particular time, Shane's party is coming up. So there was an instant before Shane party, say I want to say it's a month, not a month, because it wasn't a month. Mm, maybe it was few days before the party. He had went out with his friends. I didn't go. And I saw a particular number that was calling him back in the night. I didn't think anything of it. He told me to answer the phone because he wasn't think anything of it. I answered the phone. The person on the phone said, "Hey, wrong number. Sorry about that." And I said, "Okay, cool, fine." We went back to sleep. It was a girl on the other end. I didn't think much of it because I was young and naive. I listen to me. So I was raised shelter and so naive. I was young and naive. I didn't think anything of it. So he asked me who it was. And I told him like, "Hey, a girl." And she said, "Oh, it's the wrong number." And he's like, "Why a girl would be calling me?" So then he turned to me, and asked me why a girl would be calling me. I'm like, "Why are you asking me this? It's your phone, sir." And then it's like, "I am too tired." And then he told me like, "Hey, just block that number. I don't want anybody to call me." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I blocked the number. Then still wasn't thinking anything of it. All right, cool. So Shane's party approach. As I mentioned, I was supposed to do some interviews, so I got the call back and they pushed back the interview, so I had time. So my cousin Sash said, "Hey, let's go to the party since it's not a case that you're getting ready for the interview and stuff, and we have time. Let's go out and have fun. You need to leave the house. You can't lock up in the house." So I said, "All right, fine." So I said, "Who is going?" So she said, "The majority of our family is going because it's like few hosts don't because they said one big community, everybody knows everybody." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, let's go." I took like 15 minutes to get ready because my hair was already done for the interview. So like 15-20 minutes stop because I didn't dress up. And Sasha and I, or uncle or cousins, everybody that was going went, and so we just took a walk. So went into the party, entered into the backyard. So with Jamaican DJs, they can be very messy if they have information. So the moment that I stepped into the party, there are like wife a wife, mate a mate, and I was like, okay. I wasn't thinking anything of it. But then I don't read into things. I didn't know anything. I was like, okay, I don't know. Maybe that is where the party is. Because I'm like, why? Because it's like, why is touchy? Why if the funny place? Why the funny place? Why the funny place? And I'm like, okay, all right, fine, cool. So now we find a spot and we stand up and stuff. So Shane come over and say, "Hey guys, what you want to drink?" And he asks Sash what she want to drink, and my cousin them and what him have and stuff. And he's like, "I already know what you drink." And I'm like, "Yeah," because I am like, "Yeah, just give me a Smirnoff Ice." Because the hard liquor and stuff, like, no, just give me a Smirnoff Ice. I'm fine. Otherwise. So he's like, "Okay, sure, we're coming back." He came back with the liquor. So Sasha and I was talking and talking and talking, and everybody was enjoying themselves. And remember, I said to you, my community, the guys are messy. So I remember I told you about the guys in my community that they are indeed messy. So a guy came up to me that was already in the community. We all know him. I say, "Hey, where is your spouse?" No, at this time, when he asked me, I said, "Hey, he's not feeling well. He has a migraine." Because prior to the party, a few days before, when he went out, he had that migraine. And that migraine spilled over. I told him some things to take for it, and he wasn't budging because he don't take anything. He doesn't like to take pills. He doesn't want to take anything. So he was having a migraine. So I knew this prior to the same night that we had the discussion with the whole phone business. Let's put that out there. So I said, "Hey, he's not feeling well. So he should be asleep because he has a migraine." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then he proceeded to say, "Does he know that you are here?" And I'm like, What that's supposed to mean? I can be anywhere I want to be. I'm my own person. What? And he's like, oh, nothing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Everybody was dancing. The party was a vibe. So Sash and I was talking. But Sash bugs me with her hand. And I'm like, girl, what is wrong with you? And she like, you don't see that. And I'm like, what? And she said, hold on, hold on, hold on, stop. And I didn't see anything else. So she said, oh, all right, then maybe me. She like, oh, sorry, maybe me a trip. I said, all right, fine, because Shane and Mike live the exact same place. So it's on the same property, but different section of the property. So she was telling me after that she saw her going into it, but hold on before we even get there. So I didn't see anything the first time. Okay. So the selector started to play female reggae dancehall songs. Now she came over and she's dancing and dancing and proceeded to bend over. Let's give this girl's name Trina. So Trina began to dance and dance in front and in front. So I'm assuming that she wanted to dance with one of my uncles because as soon as the selector stopped playing, she moved over back to the corner. Because I moved when she was bending over and I slightly shifted myself because I'm like, maybe it's one of my cousins that she wants to dance with. Don't know. So I said, okay, fine, let me shift myself over. So she went back over to the other side of the lawn. No, she and this slim girl was looking at me. And I was like, why is she looking at me like that? And I was like, and I elbowed Tash and like, Tash, me like, is that girl over there looking at me like, and I turn my back and I'm like, look, me attack no, is the girl when there's a girl over right on my shoulder up on the right hand side, is she, and I'm like, is she looking at me? And she's like, yeah, do you know her? I'm like, no. So I was like, all right, fine. So she's looking at me and she's like, anything you depart me. I'm like, I am not fighting anybody. I don't know this girl. I don't have anything with this girl. And it's the first time we're seeing her in our community. I don't know if it's somebody that recently moved here. I don't know who it is that she doesn't know who it is either. So I'm like, we don't know her. So we can assume maybe she's just looking because she's just looking. I don't know. Then again, I'm telling you, young, naive, didn't know anything. So as the night progressed, this girl, Trina, proceeded to come in front of me, yet again, bending over, shaking her ass. And I'm like, what? Then my cousin starts getting irritated because I moved. And she starts, like, and I'm like, why is she doing this? And I'm like, my level of patience and tolerance was looking at like, I ain't doing this. So my cousin was about to step in. Sasha was about to step in and handle business, and I had to draw her back. And then she realized what was about to happen because she was at our section and it was only strictly family there. And if one starts, everybody is going to start. This time, Mike is so-called in his room sleeping, mind you. So and she realized and her friend called her and pulled her and I'm like, what the and I'm like, some so Sasha's like, oh, I am ready. I am ready. And I'm like, hold on. I need to know what is going on. Let's wait to see what is going to happen. Within the next hour, if I don't see anything suspicious, we can go. But I'm just looking to see what's going on. All right, cool. So we're still vibing. But at this point in time, I no longer am drinking because I'm just looking to see what is wrong with this girl if she just wants to pick something with me because I don't do these things. So I realized she was in a shorts and wanna say was a regular shirt. So a shorts and a shirt and the sneakers. Okay, cool. So now I realized that she went to the section where Mike lives. And then Sash said, "And that me did I go show you, that me did I want, that me did I want you. You know, see, this is the second time she grown there." And I'm like, okay, fine, sure. She went around there. We don't know why she went around there. She went around there, she came back. I'm still looking. At this point in time, she's still giving, so our eyes are locked in together. So she knows I know that she went around there and she's looking at me. So the second time she sat there, not 10 minutes earlier, then she went back to the same section where Mike lives. And then she came out back in a tights and a slippers and the same shirt. And that started to laugh to myself. And my cousin said, "This is the third time that girl went around there." And I said, "I know, but I'm not going to make a scene because it's Shane's birthday." So I said, before I leave, I just want to see, I just want to, want to find out what's going on. And I don't want the lights to say, "Hey, it's Shane's girlfriend," because I don't know Shane's girlfriend. So I said, so I went up to Shane and said, "Hey, Shane, happy birthday again. Your party was good. Hope you live to see many, many more. Birthday wishes galore." And I'm saying to him, like, "Hey, how you have two girlfriend here plus other girls here?" I'm like, "Huh? Yeah, there are things." And I'm like, "No, some girl here and stuff. Them girl over there start dance." And I realized that he didn't pint on the girl. So she was anything. So like, my girl here and those girls here was just dancing for entertainment. And he didn't pint on Trina. So I said, "Oh, okay, all right." And I said, "Hey, nice to meet you." And I said to the girlfriend, like, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm going home." And I said to him, "Thanks again for the invite." So my cousin and I went, and my cousin said, "Girl, that girl went to your man's place 3 times." So I said, "I know." So I said to him, so I said to her, like, "Hey, so I talked to Shane a while ago just to find out if it's his girl, because you know that they can, because Shane place was occupied with a lot of stuff." So I'm like, you know that they could be using a portion in that living room change and stuff. So I asked Shane what was going on, and he showed me who was a dancer and who was his girl. And I'm like, "But he didn't point at her though. He didn't point at Trina though." And my cousin like, "Okay, bet." So we're like, "Okay, cool. All right, fine." So the next morning, I woke up, my hostly duties. I was there just relaxing. My phone keeps ringing. Mike is calling me. One call back, other Mike is calling me non-stop. And I'm like, okay. I didn't answer. So he came to my house and stuff and said, "Hey, I've been calling you from there." And I said, "I know. I choose not to answer you." So it's like, what's going on? So I look at him and said, "I should be asking you the same questions that you are asking me. What's going on?" So I'm like, "What's going on?" He's looking at me like a deer in headlight, like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "I can't with you." So he's like, "I heard you came to the party." So I said, "Yes, I did." And he's like, "How you could come to the party? You come at my house, so you didn't come look for me." And I'm like, "Boy, didn't you have a girl that was in and out your house, in and out your house?" He's like, "No, what are you talking about?" And I'm like, there was not, at no point in time, nobody in and out your house, whether it's in your hall or using your bathroom. There was nobody in and out your house. He's like, "Oh, I was in my room, I don't know about that." I'm like, at no point in time nobody came in and out and slamming the door in and out like they pay rent or they live there. He's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, I can't believe I'm sick. And you didn't take the time out to come to check to see if I was okay." I said, "I gave you remedies from time before to take something for it. You didn't want to. But no, and then I said, and I specifically remember asking, there was nobody came into your house. And he's like, no. Okay, fine, cool. At this point in time, I stopped talk to him. He wasn't calling me. I said, okay. So he wasn't calling me, I wasn't calling him, I was doing my whole work thing. No, after this point we had the conversation. He did not admit to anything or anything. I just said, okay, fine, you're going to hold what you hold, I'm going to know what I know. So he left. Once he left, we had no communication for 2 days. He saw me in a supermarket and he said, hey, we need to talk. And I'm like, we just talked and you said there's nothing for me to know and I know what I saw. So he's like, okay, we need to talk. And I'm like, come by. So he come by later that night because I saw him in the afternoons. So he came later on that night. So he sat across from the table from me and he's like, hey, I have something to tell you. So I said, okay, I'm all ears. He's like, I don't know how to say this to you because I am not like this person and I'm sorry for the way I acted previously to in our conversation because that's not how we interact with each other. I said it was off character for you, but okay. I said, what you have to tell me? Because mind you, I already saw the girl going in and out and she changed clothes and the party was in the night. I am sure that girl did not leave there so late to go wherever she lived. No, mind you, he's from me and he's holding down his head, and I'm like, and I was there and I was like, yeah, I'm listening. I already knew that, oh, I slept with her was going to come, but I'm like, hey, I am listening. So he said, well, while I wasn't feeling great, I know that someone came and used the bathroom. Yes, I know. I said, okay, here's our here you're telling the truth. Okay, I can work with this. Okay, go ahead. And he's like, yeah, I know the girl. So I said, you know the girl from where? So he said, from the party that my guys and I went the other night. And I said, the party where you were hanging over and the girl called you. So I'm like, the girl that called you, was it her? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, here we go again with the line. If you're telling me something, tell it all. So it's like, I need to talk to you. So I'm listening to you because you're lying. You're telling me part truth, but you're also lying. So I'm like, but let me ask the questions because since it's a case that the words aren't coming out of your mouth, did you or did you not have sex with that girl? He took a while. And I'm looking at him. He's holding down his head. I I full of water is crying. I'm like, why are you crying? I'm just asking you all the simple questions. At this point in time, I was so over it. Because I felt so embarrassed. So I'm like, did you or did you not have sex with the girl? So he said, yeah, I had sex with the girl. And I'm so Mike is sitting across from me, sobbing and crying. Yes, yes, I sleep with the girl. And I was in shock. I was like to myself, get yourself together, get yourself together, get yourself together, get yourself together. That was me in my head. Those are the words, get yourself together, get yourself together, get yourself together, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, get yourself together. And he's sobbing and crying. And I said to him, how long you know the girl? He said few months. So I said, so how long have you guys been sleeping together? He's he started so again, no answer. And then he's like, I have something to tell you, I have something else to tell you, I have something. And I'm like, there's more upon the fact that you have been sleeping with this girl and persons in the community know. And he's sobbing and he's crying and he's not looking into my eyes at all. He's keep on saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, what more can there be? Not thinking. I'm like, what more can there be? So he looked at me for the first time since he sat across from me and said, not only did he and her had a interaction, had a sexual relation, she is now pregnant. I was like, say what now? Exactly my words. Say what now? He's like, she's pregnant. And I looked at him and I looked at him and I looked at him in disbelief. And the only thing I can say to my head, in my head, is like, girl, don't cry, don't cry. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, what? And he said, yes. And it's like, I know that you're going to eventually find out because persons do talk and I don't want you to hear from anybody else in the community. I want you to hear from me. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, are you serious? You know, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, are you serious? So you mean to tell me, say, everything I did to build you up and everything, this is how you repay me? And I looked at him and I looked at him and I looked at him and I was in disbelief that first and foremost I was in disbelief that he even cheated, because there was no issue, no drama, no nothing with our relationship. I was in disbelief. And he's was like, it's when one of the guys, when we were out and stuff. So I'm like, if you're out with the guys and the guys have girls where you feel like you need to have girls too, and he's making some lame ass excuses, I'm looking at him, I'm like, are you serious? And then I said to him, what are you going to do? He's still sobbing, and I said this to him 3 times. The only thing that he said is like, oh, it's my first child, it's my first child. And I'm over here hurting, hearing him telling me like, oh, it's his first child, his first child. And I look at him and say, you don't have no heart, no sympathy, no nothing. So here's what I'm going to do for you. I can't take the embarrassment no more. Although I didn't know what was going on, this is so embarrassing. This is not me. Keep yourself over one side. Don't see me, don't talk to me. If you see me on the street, don't talk to me. I won't talk to you. Just leave me alone. I'll get your stuff to you. I'll pack up the stuff that you have here and get them to you. Just leave me alone. Because not only that, I realized that they had something going on. I didn't know that this girl was even pregnant by this boy. I was so mad at him, and I was looking at him and like, bye. I'm like, get the hell out of my house. Bye. So not only that, the girl started to live with him like few weeks later. And I heard this from the guys in the street. As I said, the guys in the street love gossip. So a guy in the street like, hey, you know that you're one time or you're whatever, have a girl down there, and I'm like, that's nice for him. No, didn't know that this girl was living here. Didn't know that she was, until the person came up and said it to me. I was like, I didn't make it face me like, oh, that's nice for them. And I went around my merry way. I was still working and everything. No, so me and Sash coming from work and stuff, and we be talking, and Trina is going out. I don't know where she's going. I don't know if she's going to the bus stop. I don't know where she's going. I don't know if she's going to the shop, but she's passing. So we're directly passing each other. So Trina thought it was a good idea to come over where Sasha and I was to try to bounce me. Sash then get ignorant and try to grab off her, and then she dressed back, and I'm like, come Sash, and then she walk off, and my cousin look at her and say, you don't know the fire that you're playing with. Continue to play, get your ass beat here, whether you're pregnant or not. And I was like, come on, no drama. Then Sash said that to my mother, and my mother wanted to beat the girl, and I was like, no, I'm not in for it. I'm not in for it. This is too much foolishness. This is too much drama for me to in. So I called him and I'm like, Mike, listen to me. Not only did you have the girl, did you breed the girl, you have the girl here and trying to make mischief of it as well. Trying to bounce upon me and all these things. I'm like, listen to me. I don't see anybody, I don't trouble anybody. But if this girl try that again, the if this girl try that shit again, I'm going to beat her. And I said that to him. And I said, you need to talk to her because you know I don't trouble nobody. And once it's a case that somebody is interfering with my family is down for the cost, I'm saying you need to talk to this girl because this girl is pregnant and I'm not into the foolishness of hang up. Never, never to say anything about it again, never to see Trina. Trina just realized her place after that. If she saw me on the right, she took the left after that conversation. There was so much more, but that is how I found out that only that my ex cheated on me, but the girl that he cheated on me with was pregnant. If you like videos like this, and this is just a small video of me sharing some personal things that has happened to me, please like, comment, and subscribe.